What is crypto? Why should you care about it? What's a Bitcoin? What's the blockchain? What are all these things and what are they used for? Well, stay tuned for more. And trust me, even if you do know what's going on, you're still going to enjoy this episode. I promise. It's horse approved.
That's hilarious. Hey, fuck you.
Hey guys, how's it going? And welcome back. Today is Friday, March 1st, 2019. Alright, well today we're going to be talking about crypto. Just what is crypto? What is it good for? What's a blockchain? What do we need these things? What are these newfangled things? Now, I know a lot of you guys that watch me every day. You guys, a good majority of you guys already know what all this stuff is. But I think there's a good majority of more people out there that really don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. There's a lot of you guys that just watch me from my Mexico videos, and maybe you would like a little bit of an explanation in layman terms as to what this stuff is. And maybe some of you guys that listen to me all the time, maybe you can use this video to help spread the word and educate others that don't know what this is, and maybe this will help explain it a little easier, or help you guys explain it a little easier. And to all you new guys out there that have never seen me before, welcome. It's just me and my horse. We talk about crypto in Mexico. Hit the like and subscribe buttons and the bells. I got 2 bells right here. Anyways, so let's get to it.
Peter, every month our savings get smaller and smaller. We really got to figure out a better way to budget for this family's future.
Bitcoin.
What?
I don't know.
What is crypto? What is Bitcoin? What is this? Well, what it really is just a currency. That's all it is. Just as you might have the US dollar, and you have the peso, and you have just other currencies. Let's say you're playing a video game and you earn some sort of token. That's a currency. If you're in Europe, the euro, that's a currency. So all these things are currencies. So all Bitcoin is a currency. Anything that's not Bitcoin is called a cryptocurrency. Well, why? Well, because Bitcoin is like the Coca-Cola, and then you have all these other currencies. The cryptocurrencies, so that's why they're labeled cryptocurrencies. Now, a lot of these things aren't cryptocurrencies. There's like thousands and thousands of these things, and most of these things are projects. And there's only a few that are cryptocurrencies. And within the cryptocurrencies, there's all kinds of cryptocurrencies. There's things like Bitcoin, which you guys already know, and then there's other things out there that are like Monero, for example, or even this thing called XRP, which is not even a real coin or a real blockchain or a real anything, but it's something that the banks created in order to stay relevant. So, that's what that would be. So, the reality is that, we're moving into a world right now where most of us are probably living in this world right now, in which it's very hard to obtain a bank account. And even if you could have a bank account, why would you want a bank account? The only reason you kind of need a bank account is to live in this new internet world, in this new world, so you can purchase things on Amazon, so you can pay for things at the grocery store, so you can just slide your debit card and all these things. But, outside of these conveniences, the reality is that it costs you a lot of money to have a bank account for the most part, and they're not really that convenient. They're really, more than anything else, they literally have a stranglehold on your money. And let's say that you want to make a big purchase, just $1,000 purchase. Sometimes you might get a hold on your card and you might not even be able to make that purchase. Sometimes you're traveling, and again, just from state to state, and your card might get declined, and you have to go and call customer service and be on the phone for 3,500 hours, just so that you can get your $3.25 purchase at the gas station approved, which is, again, kind of crazy. But that's the world that we live in. And so as all these things keep materializing, we just get more complacent, and we just, keep taking it and taking it and taking it. But I think that we're moving into a point in time right now in which the banks themselves are literally shooting themselves in the foot over and over again, and they're creating an environment in which is so full of restrictions that it doesn't allow the average person to even have a bank account. And so then, we have these things called, we have these other apps or other programs or other websites or other services that have popped up. One of them, which I'm going to name here, is the Cash App, in which, when they popped up, they automatically, they all of a sudden solved a problem in which a lot of people have, which is not being able to have a bank account. Look, even when you're an Uber driver, there's, you already know as an Uber driver, or know anything about the Uber driver world, is that they don't really make a lot of money. In fact, they fall into that category of they make so little money they can't even get a bank account. The banks don't even want to give them a bank account, or they can't even afford to have a bank account. So as an Uber driver, Uber actually gives you their own bank account, their own little Uber card, and so on and so forth, so that people can participate within the banking system and not be left out. They can get paid, and so on and so forth. So the Cash App is just an extension of that. It's just it's banking the unbankable. And the reason that this needs to come up, there's something like a Cash App was created, and there's a huge need. It's exploded so much in usage, and the reason for that is because there's a huge need for it. They are literally fixing a big need that the banking system has created, because there's so many people that cannot be, cannot even have a functioning bank account, or even be able to function within the banking system. So that's why things like the Cash App existed, because we're living in a digital world in which you need these things. So now come Bitcoin. Why do we need Bitcoin more than ever? Well, Bitcoin provides you, the user, the ability to be your own bank. And not only be your own bank, but then you have your own currency. And it doesn't have to just be Bitcoin. It can be any cryptocurrency. But let's just stick to Bitcoin for a minute now. So by having Bitcoin, all of a sudden now, you're the one that sets the limits on your purchases. You're the one that it has full freedom for everything. So all of a sudden, your bank account can't get frozen because of a large purchase. You can travel around the world and use this new currency. You can travel from state to state. You can travel anywhere. You can do anything with this currency, and there's no restrictions on it whatsoever. And depending on the cryptocurrency you choose, it depends on the actual value, or the actual the actual stuff. So just imagine as each currency being a product, and each product has different goods, bads. The different positives and negatives. And so the same thing goes with this new space.
You went full retard, man.
So now we're living in a space in which we have the ability to choose which currency we want, and then not only that, but be able to trade it in this new ecosystem and just hold the value which is important to us, and so on and so forth. So, we're moving into an amazing, moment in time right now, in which these banks, which have controlled everything and have held us hostage for the longest time, now all of a sudden we have this new tool in which now the tables are turning. Okay, we have the ability to create this value, accrue no more debt, and be able to function in a digital economy. Give me 1 second. Because I'm still living in a paper economy, and so I gotta pay rent. So give me 2 seconds, guys. Hola, ¿cómo estás?
¿Qué tal usted?
¿Todo bien? ¿Todo bien?
¿Grabando?
Sí, grabando, haciendo un...
Qué bien. Todo el tiempo trabajando.
Todo el tiempo trabajando.
Gracias,
Bueno, mucho gusto, nos vemos.
Bueno.
So, as I was saying, we all still have to function within the economy that we have right now. So, as you guys just saw, I went to go pay my rent with fiat, okay? And the paper currency, what is fiat? Fiat is just paper money. And so when you have paper money, all of a sudden you can make $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $5,000, $10,000 purchase, and you don't have to report it. You're not going to get stopped. You're not going to, they're not going to allow you to make that purchase, and so on and so forth. You feel me? So That's why they're trying to eliminate cash. And by them eliminating cash, they eliminate that. They want everything to be digital so that they have control over everything. But that's why a lot of you guys out there might be scared of this cryptocurrency stuff, because you think that this is just another version of what the banks have. The reality is, there are a few coins out there, a few cryptocurrencies like the Ripple network and XRP token. Those tokens are created by the banks. You know, the JP Morgan just said that they're going to create a token and a coin for themselves. So these individuals out there, the banks, you know, they are creating their own value and they are creating their own tokens and stuff like that. But that's the thing. If you already know what's up, then why would you go back to the broken system if we're building a brand new system? And why should you get involved in all this right now? Well, again, it's like, are you gonna keep making the same mistake over and over again when it comes to everything in technology? I'm sure if you're listening to me right now, you know, you missed the train when it came to computers and the internet and the .com era, and you know, you're probably one of the last ones to get a smartphone, and you know, you had a flip phone up until a few days ago, and so on and so forth. So,
and I simply remove the telephone jack and plug it into this box here, the modem. I then take another wire from the modem and plug it in where the telephone was. I can then switch on the modem. It's now telling me to phone up the main press cell computer.
So it's a very simple connection to make.
Extremely simple. I'm now waiting for the computer to answer me. And
things are starting to happen.
Things are starting to happen.
Why did you buy a computer?
Well, I was very interested in the new technology and didn't want to be left behind. I don't think it's only for the youngsters at school now. I think us older ones will have to learn a lot about it.
What is internet anyway?
Internet is that massive computer network, the one that's becoming really big now.
What do you mean? That's big. How does one? What do you write to it like mail?
No, a lot of people use it and communicate. I guess they can communicate with NBC writers and producers. Allison, can you explain what internet is?
And it doesn't matter what age you are. You know, I got friends of all ages, you know, some way younger than me that are still stuck in the past. So with that being said, don't let this fly by you. This is why more importantly than anything else, besides financial freedom and all those other things that come with it, the reality is why you should learn about cryptos and learn what the blockchain is and what all this stuff is because right now, almost nobody knows about this stuff. Out of the whole population of Earth, maybe 1% of the population really knows what this stuff is. So we're at the very, very beginning of it. So you have the chance out there, no matter what your age, no matter what your background, no matter what you do, no matter who you are, literally, you can take full advantage of what's about to happen. Don't miss the boat again, guys. That's all I got to say. So now, I'm going to throw the baton over to you guys, and now now it's up to you guys to really continue looking for more videos, more education, read more material online, so on and so forth, and keep doing your homework and figuring out so much noise today, as always, huh? And figure out exactly, you know, what this stuff is and what it really means. But at the end of the day, it's financial freedom. It's real freedom. You know what the blockchain is it's the Bitcoin version to everything else. Meaning, you know, the blockchain is what's going to allow the future. So for example, when you're on your phone, I was going to get my phone's too far away, but in the future when you use your phone, everything is going to be encrypted. You know, no one's going to be able to look at your text, you know, or hack your phone or hack your messages or anything like that. You know, the government's not going to be able to listen in anymore, and there's just so many things. You know, same thing with like a smart home. You know, it's not going to be able to get hacked anymore. It's just so many things. And that's why I make so many episodes, and that's why I'm here every day to talk about all these things. This is just, again, I'm explaining this, you know, layman terms. You know, this is Crypto 101. This is really just to get you guys feet wet, okay? By the way, I don't know if you guys hear, but that's a tamale lady. I gotta go get me some tamales, so I gotta cut this short. But anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode and start understanding, you know, why we need cryptocurrency. Okay? At the end of the day, we're always complaining about money. We're always complaining about how the government is taking away too much money, too much taxes. They're not fixing the roads. They're not doing this. You know, they're getting the richer get richer, the poorer get poorer. Well, that alone should be reason why you should learn about this. There's a gazillion reasons, but even if it's just that alone, okay? So you can get that power back, all right? And that's why you should also, if you know all about this stuff, for all you guys that are Bitcoin, crypto OGs, this is why you need to be constantly talking about this and spreading the news in any way, shape, or form to anyone that'll listen. And even if they're not listening still, okay? You still gotta make the effort. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to please like, please subscribe, please hit the bell icon, please share, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. I gotta run. The tamale lady's already here. Peace.
Wall Street is fraud, America is fraud, the world is fraud, banks are fraud, central banks are fraud. We live in an era of fraud. It's all based on fraud, and they get a percentage of the fraud. That's the business model. To suggest that there is any moral or ethical aspect to anything that's going on now is to be completely naive about the fact that we live in an era dominated by financial terrorists, jihadis of banking. They're here to kill you and themselves. They believe in an ideology, not the Quran, but Adam Smith, that they completely misread and interpret as something to justify their blowing themselves up. Janet Yellen's a terrorist! Mario Draghi's a terrorist! The Central Bank of Japan is a terrorist! These are the real terrorists!
Funds received. Personal wallet.
This community is switching to what they think is a better monetary system. A system in which banks are no longer needed because payments could be made directly from one person to another.
Bitcoin is fundamentally different because in Bitcoin, you don't owe anyone anything and no one owes you anything. It is not a system based on that. It is a system based on ownership. And no one can censor it, no one can seize it, no one can freeze it.